Now, just have to comment lah about Najib punya apology to Malaysians. He didn't apologize to Malaysians for stealing our money tau. Tak. Until now, he denies. Even though he has been convicted and he's already in prison and trying all kinds of stunts to try to get away. Tapi dia tak mengaku dia curi. He doesn't talk about the pink diamond ring, the credit card spending, the wedding, punya duit, whatever he spent, tak ada. He doesn't talk about him sacking his deputy prime minister, sacking the AG, shutting everybody up, telling his deputy finance minister jangan pergi investigate bila pasal 1MDB. Did all kinds of things to cover up, lied. Arab punya donation lah. Last kali, rupanya Petro Saudi. The story changes tak berhenti. Attack the judges. All kinds of things. Sampai ujung. But now, bila at the eve of the house arrest punya bill, now he decides to apologize to Malaysians. Bukan mengaku pun salah. Dia apologize for not stopping orang lain yang buat salah. Dia blame orang lain. Dia blame orang lain and dia yang bersalah dia is tak stop orang lain tu. How could it happen under his watch? So therefore, even this apology is a bloody deception. Even this apology is an attempt to hoodwink everybody and trying to showcase his innocence. So, and on this, ironically, kita punya PMX, the Mr. Reformist, reform konon, battle corruption. Kalau saya bersokong corruption, tak payah jadi Perdana Menteri. Tapi sekarang ni untuk jadi Perdana Menteri macam-macam boleh kan? So now he accepts the apology of Najib. Now the implication of that, as Anwar Ibrahim as rakyat Malaysia, duit dia pun kena sakau, dia boleh, Anwar boleh lah nak maafkan Najib pun, nak maaf pun. Tapi as a PM, he represents the rest of the Malaysians. Who is he to accept Najib punya apology? What's the implication of accepting the apology? So what? So now pada Najib, is it? Tak cukup pada dekat sekarang ni. So what exactly are you trying to achieve? Najib is not even repentant. He is still lying. Even in his apology, he is lying. So therefore, kita rakyat tak boleh marah kah? The subsidies that's pulled from us, the taxes that's implemented on us, kesusahan rakyat hidup sekarang ni. Why? Because hutang negara tinggi. Hutang negara kenapa? Reveal it is in the whole world because of the 1MDB fiasco. Kita kena bayar berapa? Cuba cerita balik. Berapa interest per day on 1MDB punya heist? Siapa punya kanish ni? You got to clean up semua. But now, in order for you to pander to relevant quarters, PMX kita accept the apology of Najib. Keluarlah macam-macam punya artikel dan orang semua dah komen. Now people say he must resign. Why is PMX throwing himself under the bus? I don't understand. Untuk apa? Untuk apa you make even the comment? Dia apologize pada semua Malaysia. That's it. You nak kena kata, I accept the apology. Accept. Okay, apology for what? For him saying that he allowed the heist happening under his nose. So when you say you accept, means you accept his lies. So therefore you accept his narratives. As PMX, Ketua Negara Malaysia, you accept the narrative of Najib in his apology, in his lame apology that he allowed curi duit. But yet, he's put into prison for curi duit. Tapi dia let other people curi duit. So mana satu ni? Which is the story? So now, is this switch of the story a preparation to somewhat facilitate the house arrest of Najib? Nak tanya tu je, because sekarang ni I dengar, I baca juga yang news kata, it's not for the benefit of Najib. Okay, so maybe kalau tak benefit Najib, benefit for siapa? Is it benefit for Anwar or the Madani government? Is it benefit of UMNO to stay relevant to the Najib supporters? Is it the benefit of the parties in the government to hold on to that coalition in order to continue to rule? In order to do that, to kena pander to Najib punya quarters. So, for whose benefit is it? If it's not for the benefit of Najib, untuk siapa punya benefit? Untuk save duit kah? So, prison berapa harga? Semua tu duduk dalam situ makan apa? Unless Najib is not exactly in prison. Unless Najib is in some quarters home, I dengar cerita ada treadmill untuk dia semua, ada TV, ada internet. He just cannot live. So he is already sort of under house arrest. So tapi siapa dalam prison berani nak cakap kan? Tapi kalau ada little bird dia cerita keluar, I dapat tahu lah juga kan. So betul tak betul I tak tahu. But I don't think kita punya Home Minister Saifuddin will ever want to comment on this. Sengap dia terus. Polis pun tahu banyak benda pun susah nak tight lip, tak boleh cakap. So Najib sekarang ni is not in the regular cell lah. Confirm tak punya. He's he's getting VIP treatment. Sekarang ni nak lagi VIP treatment. And see the country, kita punya state ni, country kita ni, what do? We bagi gloriously, glorify the kleptocrat yang curi duit rakyat, yang bagi susah rakyat, yang destroy the nation. Yang tu kita agungkan, kita uphold. Now kita tukar government as a reformist government. What does this government do? Government continue to uphold that kleptocrat. Why? Because in forming that government, in forming it, formation, Agong tolong form, ada pula seorang satu parti ni yang championing the liberating of that kleptocrat. Because there are a bunch of kleptocrats pun. There is nothing that you can do because that's their DNA. Jadi sekarang ni nak salahkan siapa? Salahkan rakyat juga lah. Siapa rakyat mana yang pergi sokong BN, UMNO semua tu? So ada juga yang sokong. Jadi kita pun in Malaysia pun kita tak ada satu hati satu jiwa reject corruption. Tak. Banyak kita accept corruption. Ada juga sampai sekarang sympathizers yang terencak akal still rasa Najib innocent. Despite all the things that he has done, bukan saja court at all levels dah confirm dia bersalah. And he's got ongoing cases. His words, what he said, what he did while he was PM to cover up everything, to even delete Jolo from the minutes of the meeting, nak tipu PAC, harass orang, buang dia punya deputy Prime Minister for raising the 1MDB issue. He did not even, kalau betul-betul dia concern about 1MDB dan hutang negara, the minute benda tu datang pada dia, terus dia akan suruh orang investigate. I will not tolerate corruption. Tengok. Tapi tak, dia tolong tutup. Dia lagi tutup, dia tak mau bagi tahu semua. Dan bila dah kena tangkap, oh, I'm sorry. How could it happen under my nose? Do you think we are idiots? Do you think we are fools? If I am the PM, I will tell Najib, with your apology, what do you think I am? Do you see the word idiot tattooed on my forehead? Do you see stupid carved on any part of my body? What do you think we are? You take us for fools. So to me, to accept the apology of someone so lame, a thief that is so lame, is truly unbecoming of a Prime Minister. To me, I am beyond disappointment with Anwar Ibrahim. To me, apa punya PM who hears this apology and not insulted? It is insulting to the intelligence. Unless kita punya Perdana Menteri tak ada intelligence. Ya ke? I tak tahu. But to me, the things that he's been doing lately, and dengan the house arrest punya benda semua jadi ni, I'm starting to be very suspicious. But I'm holding my tongue. Banyak rakyat dah nak hukum dah sekarang ni. Nak want him to step down, want him to do. Orang dah buat andaian. I don't want to do that. As of now, at this moment, I am still a government supporter. I still want Anwar Ibrahim to be PM. I want the Madani government to rule still because I do not foresee a viable government. The rest semua pun teruk. 2x5, 5x2. And teruk. The quality of the issues that they bring in parliament tells me that they cannot even be government. They don't highlight so many issues. They are just trying to blame the government for something and vilify the government. Bukan dia highlight issues. I tanya sampai sekarang, opposition, kenapa you tak tanya cerita kes Zahid? Zahid punya kes is not acquitted tau. Zahid punya kes, let's jog down memory lane. Zahid punya kes is DNAA. And tak semena-mena, even though the court already said there's a prima facie case, AG decided to drop. Tapi AG gave 11 cogent reason. 11 cogent reason. I think semua orang lupa dah. Opposition pun lupa dah. Syed Saddiq dulu sampai siap nak keluar bergamen. Keluar government, nak deny the government of two-thirds majority. Bisik. Sekarang apa jadi? Dah kena hukum, nak kena rotan, terus senyap. Why Syed Saddiq tak tanya apa jadi kes Zahid? Instead of you menuduh government, tutup benda tu, melepaskan Zahid. Zahid tak lepas lagi. Zahid sekarang ni, dia punya kes tu continue to investigate. It will come back to prosecution balik kalau ada development. Kalau tak ada pun, it's got to be brought to court in order for him to be acquitted. Mana boleh stay in limbo? Mana boleh perpetually DNAA? Apa punya jurisprudence, apa punya law kita implement dalam negara ni? That something can be DNA means the prosecution is incompetent. You cannot decide whether you nak buang kes terus ke ataupun you nak charge dia. So therefore you say kerja tak buat, you say the investigation was rushed, you nak investigate certain things, nak kena cakap balik dengan saksi semua. Now what is happening to that? What is happening to that? Takkanlah senang Madani government ni dia boleh bagi tahu kata AG boleh kata 11 cogent reasons, we will investigate and we will, whenever we are ready lah, we'll let you know. Whenever we are ready, we may charge him back or we may not, we just sengap saja, you don't need to know. You continue with your life ongoing. So to me, Zahid punya kes bukan Najib, Zahid. So now, in the meanwhile, Zahid jadi TPM and dia punya kes tu apa jadi? Now, I bukannya ada benci ekstra pada Zahid ke apakah, doesn't matter lah. In fact, he's being a good DPM now. Tapi the point is, dia punya kes, janganlah insult kita punya intelligence. Highlight, because kalau katakan duit tu dia bukan dia pakai salah ke apa, this can all be mitigation untuk kurangkan dia punya jail sentence kalau dia betul-betul buat silap. Tapi kalau dia buat salah, dia curi is curi lah. Takkanlah just because to make government, you tutup sebelah mata and a different law applies to Zahid and orang lain tak apply. Jadi sekarang ni opposition to me, buatlah kerja. Takkan netizen saya tanya. In the parliament, bila Tuesday, tanya PM, apa tengah jadi pada kes Zahid? Is DNAA means kerja tak siap? What is happening to that 11 cogent reasons? Let's talk about cogent reason 1, cogent reason 2, cogent reason 3. Let's talk about apa tengah berlaku. Kena ada feedback. Ketua Polis Negara buat apa? MACC Chief buat apa? AG Office buat apa? Azalina buat apa? Tu, ada RCI tu, nak kena buat semua tu. What is happening to all that? Kata nak kena buat RCI, nak kena investigate something, Mahathir kena ada tangan on behind benda ni semua. What is happening to all that? Semua tu apa? Wayang ke? Drama ke? Nah, you don't kata, oh government ni drama. Jangan. You test the drama. You tanya. That's what you are paid salary. Rakyat punya taxpayers money pay you to raise those issues in court. Issue of kita punya governance, issue of kita punya law and order. Tanya yang tu. You do this kind of things, you raise the relevant issues, the pertinent issues, then this government have to be on their tiptoes tau. Dia tak boleh rest on their laurels. And when you can do that, terselah kelemahan government and you tunjuk you are having things, baru you tunjuk that you are in control, barulah you tunjuk kat rakyat yang you are becoming a viable government. That you can be an alternative government kalau kita dah fed up dengan Madani government ni on their antics. Tapi sekarang ni, apa punya opposition showing? I hope opposition dengar ni. Opposition buat apa sekarang ni? What you highlight? You highlight skirt pendek, you highlight beer fest. Come on, to me, you're pathetic and you are teruk sangat. Kalau orang menyampah Madani government, tapi no choice kena vote juga Madani government pasal you teruk sangat, what does it say about you? Apa guna dia? The space, the carbon you produce on this planet, menyemak saja. Better you don't exist. Why do you even go to parliament? For what? Siapa yang bodoh sangat yang vote you to go into parliament to talk rubbish? Highlight the pertinent issues. Be constructive. Be challenging. Criticize apa yang relevant. Bukannya go on personal attacks. NK Zahid, tanya DNA Zahid macam mana? Tapi tak. Sengap. Dah orang label maknanya you form government, case go under the carpet lah. So apa beza Madani government dengan BN government dulu? Boleh jawab tak? Dah susah kan? Dah sekarang ni Najib pula, yang dulu yang paling raja sakau, PM kita terima dia punya apology. Wah, PM accepts Najib punya sincere apology. I tell you, to me, how much betrayal are we to tolerate? You think GE16 will not come ke? So to me, I don't know lah what is happening. I continue to watch. Still a government supporter. The day it changes, you guys will know lah. But for now, I'm still a government supporter until that red line is crossed. Kalau Najib keluar house arrest, then all these things will play out. We remember all the things. The rentetan. House arrest punya bill mentioned in the budget. Lepas tu dapat tahu ada tengah range nak pass the bill on house arrest. Lepas tu kata hanya untuk petty cases, petty offences, kata bukan untuk Najib. At the same time pula, uncanny, Najib masa ni lah juga apologize pada rakyat Malaysia ni, tu lembutkan hati rakyat. And then lepas tu sambut pula by PM accepts the apology. Now next what? Lepas ni Najib ni usia tua tak boleh ada dalam prison tu, ataupun dia sakit belakang ke, sakit apa ke, tak boleh ke? Ataupun dia first time offender, dia first time jadi dia sakau duit kita ni. So all those criteria semua boleh apply pada Najib tau. So tak tahulah kalau Agong ni akan sama-sama complicit, this I don't know. Tapi kalau sama-sama hand in glove, then we rakyat, we know we've been had lah. Jadi kalau you tahu we've been had, we can only respond and we can jawab only in the elections, GE16. Okay, so to me, you buatlah apa you nak buat. You nak dengar, you nak ignore the red lines, you ignore pila. But come GE16, prepare yourself for a rude, shocking outcome. A rude awakening. And we will be sure that you will be humiliated. Even parti yang kokak mana pun yang kat situ, we make sure that you lose your deposit. Itu je. Do not underestimate the will of the rakyat. Do not underestimate the wrath of the rakyat. There is only so much we can tolerate. There is so much beating we can take to our dignity. And there's only so much insult we can take to our intelligence. Don't try us. You've seen what we've done and how we could make you become government. Do you want to see how we can make you not become government and never again surface in the political arena? Try us kalau berani. I don't think I speak alone here. I think every rakyat is just fed up with what's happening.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support.